Hi, guys. So, welcome to this thing that doesn't really have a name, I guess. It's just me and Louie talking about wrestling for a little bit. It's always good to see you, buddy. How are you?
I am good. I'm very good. It was as I'm sure you know, mental week last week.
Yeah.
Absolutely mental week. So settled down a bit, which is nice. We got a little bit of time to kind of focus on everything. We're like chilled, elimination chamber out the way. We're heading towards WrestleMania. So it's nice. Have like a hopefully a chilled week. But knowing that, I don't know, Sean will break something in the next 20 minutes and everything will change.
Can I tell you one of my favorite things that came of last week was watching your former boss, Ollie Davis, just lose his mind on
Yeah.
every platform whatsoever. Was hysterical to me. I just love watching him get worked up. It's hilarious. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you touched on it. It was an absolute mental. That's another thing. We talked about like a British and American lingo that each other have picked up in in the lobby. I started saying that a lot too.
Mental. We'll say
Yeah,
mental. Absolutely mental. Mental,
lovely.
mental,
It's
mental.
so funny. Louis got me saying lovely now, which isn't something that I said before. Like even like before like the Twitter space we did. I didn't. You said it a few times, and then I've very much picked up on it.
Yeah, y'all pick it up all the time. Did I do that right?
See, yeah, you
Y'all,
did very
y'all,
good.
y'all. Yeah,
Do
exactly. I
you
got it.
do Brits practice American accents the way that Americans practice British accents?
New York accent, I will regularly say. Like, if my mum is like having a coffee, I'll say it in like a New York accent. And now I've said it, I won't do that. I won't do that.
You're not going to
I,
do the New
won't-
York accent for me?
I will
Ah,
do it at some stage during the show once I've plugged up the confidence,
okay,
but
okay.
not right now. And Uh, yeah. So do I do it like occasionally? Occasionally, if I'm trying to mimic someone like a wrestler, if I'm telling my brother something, and they'll be like, "Oh, what did they say?" And I'll be like, "Oh, they were like, yo, dude, that promo was awesome, man," or something like that.
Can I tell you something that I'm definitely not
Yeah.
ashamed that I do? Okay, so this isn't me kissing my own ass or anything, but like when I genuinely try, I think I do a half decent, like pretty solid British accent. So like
Go on, hit me.
if I'm in public and like I run into, a woman that I find moderately attractive, I will go out of my way. So like if we have an interaction to try to make her believe that I'm British and see where it goes from there.
How's that worked for you?
Um, a f- on God, like there's been, I want to say like one or two instances maybe where they'll like ask me like if I'm from the UK, and I'll say something like, "Oh yeah, my mom was born in Essex. She was in the Air Force. I lived over there till I was about 12, and then I
That's
came back over
really
here."
good.
Really?
That's really good. That's really good. That's
Louis,
really, really good.
you're not just bullshitting me right now.
No, that's really good.
I'm so happy
That's
that you said
really,
that,
really good.
which is bad because now I'm gonna do it more. Oh my goodness! That out of anything that you could have said to me tonight, that was absolutely the best. So I hope
I'm
that you know
impressed. I'm
that.
very impressed.
I appreciate that.
I'm very
All
impressed.
right. So enough of me getting into pretending that I do a British accent or Louis doing his New York accent. Oh, we did have questions from that tweet that we sent out.
We did.
That we did. Our buddy Chris Mueller from Bleacher Report saying we weren't going to get out of this show without talking about this. By the way, Louis, how would
Oh,
we re-debut Cody in WWE? So if he
you
lived
said you
under
had
a
an idea.
rock, what?
I was going to say, you had your idea. I know you tweeted that you had your
Yeah, yeah,
idea. So
I do.
you go first because I'm still working it out.
Right. So, I mean, if unless you live under a rock, obviously everybody knows that Cody Rhodes has left AEW. A lot of people originally thought it was a work, myself included. I thought that this was just going to be some elaborate work that they were going to work into his character. But obviously, he's all but confirmed heading back to WWE. And I think maybe not the best thing that they could do. I mean, the best thing that they could do is just plug him into a program eventually with Roman or Brock. But since that's kind of booked for Mania already, Cody's going to have a match at Mania, and it's not going to be with one of those two. So it was Monday on Raw when Damian Priest said, "I want a world championship caliber contender to wrestle me for the U.S. title." And then Finn Balor came out. Obviously, you remember Cody's last promo in AEW where he had said that every title is treated as secondary by other places if it doesn't have the word world in it. If you had a program with Priest and Cody, that would, one, raise Damian Priest's character even more. Everybody's already pretty all in on him. I know I like Damian Priest. I think he's pretty popular overall with the fans. It would raise the prestige of the U.S. title, which has kind of been looked at as the little brother of the Intercontinental title belt since it, came into WWE. And I think both of them would put on a hell of a match at Mania if given enough time to do so. So if you put Cody in a program with Damian Priest, one, it would raise the prestige of the U.S. Championship. It would establish Damian Priest as the rising star that everybody already knows he is, but I think it would also take him to that next level. And it would give Cody, some sort of direction right away. You put him in a feud, it would raise the prestige of a title, raise the prestige of somebody else. That's what Cody's been doing recently. Since he really started AEW, is just raising the stock of others, just have him carry that over to WWE. And if he beats Damian Priest, then great. Then you've got Cody Rhodes holding your U.S. title, one of the most known wrestlers in the world holding that title. I think it would be similar to when Cena held it, having kind of like the open championship thing. That's kind of what Cody did with the TNT title anyway. You could just kind of make the U.S. title the TNT title with Cody, honestly, and just have like open championship for it. So I think that a lot would get accomplished if they were to do that. Sure. That would be what I would do. Because right now, I mean, you could do the Seth thing because it seems like Kevin Owens is going to be wrestling Stone Cold, which again, it's remarkable that that's not being blown out of the water and like the number one news story in wrestling right now. So you could do Seth. That is definitely an angle that they could go for. They would have to, end that whole Kevin Owens tag story relatively quickly, though, if that were the case. But if it were me, I would.
They've got the match in 2 weeks, don't they? So
yeah.
Which would be let me get my calendar out. This is the time where like every show that we do now, I have to get my calendar out and figure out what's what.
It would be like what, March 6th?
March 7th. So that leaves the March 14th, March 21st, and March 28th episodes of Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Which is 3 weeks to build that. You don't want to overdo it. So we can work with 3 weeks.
Okay.
But, I mean, he could show up at the end of that to like kind of cost them the titles. Who knows? But yeah, I think that kind of that'll happen towards the end of it.
Okay. Have you formulated a plan on your end?
I have.
Okay.
I have slightly loftier expectations than you do.
Okay.
So, and this is what I think they will. I've said this on shows before. I did a show with Tempest last week where I said that I think they're going to do this one well. Because it's like it's going to be a sign for everyone in AEW. Like, come here, and this is what will happen. Right. So, okay, let me just look something up because there's a fact I need for this that's not going to work.
This is what happens when we fantasy book.
Okay. So, here's what happens: Seth Rollins and Cody should be the Mania plan for me.
Okay.
Damian Priest is a good option. I like that option. I also think Cody Rhodes could, Austin Theory could be a good option. Just to like be wacky out there. But I think it'll be Seth. Because what else is Seth doing?
Yeah.
Nothing. Owens is wrapped up. So Seth, for me, should do something cool. I like the idea of him doing something cool. And I'm going to go with Seth and Cody. Cody comes in, and I think Seth's the perfect guy. He can like talk trash to Cody. Seth comes in, he's like, right, like the week after that tag title match, he's like, right, nothing for me to do at Mania. What am I going to do? Edge is booked with, I think it'll be AJ.
Right.
Kevin Owens and Stone Cold. I want someone step up to me. And that week, no one comes out. Okay, cool. The week after, no one comes out. The go home Raw. You hear, and hear me out. You hear over the top. There's only what's the beginning of his entrance? There's more than one Raw family in wrestling. What's something like that?
Is that what the beginning of his entrance says?
think so. I think so. I can't listen to it now. But I think so. Or if not, have that be it. And then Cody comes out. Or if they want to do just smoke and mirrors, do that. And then Cody comes out, stands at the top of the ramp, and says, "Listen, I've been gone for a while. You all know where I've been, but I'm back here now, and I want to face the very best that WWE has got to offer, and that's you, Seth Rollins. I'll see you at WrestleMania."
So
simple build.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that doesn't need a few week build or anything. It's just, hey, I'm back. I'll fight you because you've got nothing to do. I've got nothing to do. We might as well fight each other.
Not so much that, but I think what is the story? Like 3 weeks isn't a long time to build a story. You can do it, but I think that sometimes just simple's best. The match should be shouldered on a match that we didn't think would be happening even 2 weeks ago, even 3 weeks ago. So I think that is the kind of
they could do it in an angle where Seth has been the ultimate WWE guy and Cody has been the anti WWE guy for the past few years, and I'm sure that they could do some sort of promo battles with that. I don't necessarily think they need to in order for the match or anything, but if that is something that they would want to do, look, they're not going to say AEW on screen or on television or anything. They will. Think that they will?
Yeah.
I mean, Sami Zayn did it that one time, but I don't remember anybody else ever doing it.
It will be the competition, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'll hint at it. I feel like they won't name drop them.
And Seth will be like, "Oh, you're in the small leagues now. You've come to the big leagues."
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Like, I mean, look, we know how outspoken Seth has been in the past, both in the ring and on social media. The thing with Will Ospreay that happened a few years ago. And a few. Well, if anything, out of this, if there is a few week build, the social media exchanges will be glorious. That'll be something that we can take from this. But no, I'm very okay if it ends up being Seth. I think that would be fun, and we know that they would put on a heck of a match. So I don't think that would be Seth versus Cody is not a bad thing whatsoever. Is what I guess what I'm getting at here. Let's see. Okay, JJ said this because this is actually a good point. So Adam Cole lost to Orange Cassidy and is getting a title shot. Britt also lost in a lights out match and got a title shot. Does wins and losses really mean anything in AEW? You see people win all the time and get no title shot because they don't want them to lose right now.
Yes, they do matter. I wouldn't have had I know why they've done it, because it's like it lights out, it doesn't count.
Yes.
But I wouldn't have had him lose before he faces Hangman Page. It's not what I would have done in that big match against Orange Cassidy. And I get why they did it, because Cassidy needed the win, but
yeah, I was gonna say Cassidy needed the win, sure, but it kind of like cheapened the lights out stake to me a little bit. Like that didn't need to be a lights out match. The feud wasn't like that intense where it needed to be.
It was only the lights out match because they wanted to give him the win.
Exactly. Yes.
Which I don't think you should book lights out matches for that purpose. You shouldn't book them because you don't want certain people to lose.
I agree. I will say that like I like the fact that AEW keeps like record of how their performers are doing. I think that's neat. I don't necessarily think they need a ranking system because that does they book themselves into corners a few times doing that. But no, I mean I like the fact that they have win-loss records. I like the fact that they have time limit draws, which they've very much utilized over the past year. I mean we saw it with Danielson and Page, we saw it with Danielson and Hangman. By the way, Danielson getting all of these time limit draws, that's something I think that we could pay attention to.
He's facing Daniel Garcia tonight on Dynamite.
Is he?
Yeah, they announced that earlier.
That is going to be that Daniel Garcia is like our age.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh yeah, then we all similar ages.
Yeah. That makes me feel so unaccomplished in life.
This is true.
I think Dante Martin's younger than him. I think Dante Martin's only 20, 21.
Yeah, he's younger than us. I know that because when I was going to interview them, they fell through. But I was like, I don't think I've ever interviewed people that are younger than me. Sky Blue's younger than us?
Sky Blue's only like 19, yeah.
Who else? No, obviously Nick Wayne's like 16.
That
He's younger.
By the way, how insane is he? That's crazy. He is out of this world. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever interviewed anybody younger than me either. I would have to go back and check the record on that. But yeah, you and I are. How old are you? You're 21, right? 22?
21.
21. Okay. So yeah, when do you turn 22? Relatively soon, right?
August. So.
Okay, so not relatively soon.
6 months. 6 months.
6 months. 6 months. Yeah. All right.
When are
but
you?
Yes,
20.
In terms of
20, 24. Sorry.
I'll be 24 in December.
Okay. So you're just
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
But yeah, in terms of like his JJ's question and everything, yes. Like sometimes AEW does back themselves into corners, I think, with the whole ranking system. But I think that's kind of, they definitely utilize like Dark and Elevation for those win-loss records. Like if they have a tag team or a guy who's lost 2 in a row or something, throw him on Dark for a week or two and have them get their 2 wins back. So I mean, that's something that they always have in their back pocket.
Yeah, I agree.
Let me pull this up again real quick, and then I think we had one more. I could be lying to you. I thought we had more than that, but if not, then we'll just veer off. This whole Kurt Angle thing, by the way, the fact that he was pitched to be in a storyline, I think it was with RK Bro and Alpha Academy. Obviously, it didn't come to fruition. I would have liked to see Kurt Angle back on WWE TV. I would like to see Kurt Angle have a better retirement match than the one that we got. I would have liked it not to be Baron Corbin that retired him.
I agree, but I think he's done. His body is done. I don't think he'll ever wrestle again.
Speaking of Baron Corbin, I'm very outspoken about my disdain for how, maybe not, look, I'm sure Baron Corbin is a lovely dude. I think that's like the consensus backstage at WWE is that he gets along with just about everybody. So I'm not trying to crap on Baron Corbin, the person, more so how he's booked. Somebody asked me if I had like a least favorite wrestler. I don't know if they necessarily meant current or like all time, but do you have like wrestling character that you just did not like?
I've never got Jeff Hardy to the extent that everyone else has. Hold up. I like him, and he's really I think he's awesome. I think that he's like, watching back retrospectively, especially, he's amazing. He's one of like the stuff he was doing was awesome. I think if I was watching at the time, like 2002, and then again, kind of like 2009, would have loved it. In 2022, though, in 2021, when he was in WWE, I just worried watching him wrestle.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like that, like something catastrophic was going to happen?
It was just sad. It was just sad.
Why was it sad?
He would like struggle to even take his top off at points. Like that mesh top.
Have you seen how tight that thing is?
Like his back, just like I felt bad for his back.
I mean, I guess, but like, I mean, look, you're talking to somebody whose favorite wrestler all time is Jeff Hardy, so obviously I'm going to be quite biased in this. I'm excited for him to go to AEW. I'm excited to see what him and Matt do and the potential singles matches that he can have with eventually Darby Allin. I mean, Darby Allin's my current favorite wrestler, Jeff's my all-time favorite wrestler. If I get a matchup between those two, I'm going to explode. It's going to, So I'm obviously very biased toward that. I'm trying to think of somebody who you know what? And hear me out on this too. I've never, not his in-ring work or anything, because I've never seen a bad match of his. I've never got Rey Mysterio.
I get that.
Like as a performer, like I said, even at the age that he is, what now, like 48, 49, he's getting up there. He's still performing to the absolute peak of his abilities.
He's still great.
Yeah.
But again, like world champion. I don't know, man. Like again, I think that's an age thing with us as well. Like we weren't watching during like the height of Rey.
When did you start watching wrestling? Because I was probably like second grade-ish, probably like 06, 07.
Oh, I was 2010 actually. The Nexus.
Yeah, we've talked about this. That was the first pay-per-view you bought, right?
Yeah, that was the first pay-per-view, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
All of us who were like 9, 10 years old popped when Team Cena won, but now we can look back on it with some retrospect and see how incorrect of a decision that was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like at the time I was like, it's awesome. But again, it's like, who does WWE cater for?
I know.
Do they care about us?
Like
now.
Yeah, they
care about the kids.
Exactly. They cater toward, the kids, maybe the more casual fans. And look, looking back on that, I'm trying to think, isn't it crazy that out of all of them, Heath Slater lasted the longest in WWE? I'm like going through all of them in my head real quick. Like, Otunga he went to commentary for a little bit. Is Otunga still there? He might be a producer.
Let me check.
I don't know what happened to Michael Tarver.
He left pretty early.
Yeah, I mean, I figured as much. And then
so there's nothing on WWE.com
about Otunga.
There's nothing on his Wikipedia page about a WWE release.
Okay.
So there was an article by Sportskeeda.
I was gonna say, I mean, there's got to be something on him.
Okay, we got to talk.
Okay. I mean, if anything, he might have been like a commentator on 205 Live that nobody knew about because people stopped watching that forever ago. He still has hashtag WWE in his bio still. And his pinned tweet is that he's going to go see Madea family funeral tonight.
Was that today?
No, it's from 2019.
Oh.
That's his. I guess he just really wanted people to know that he liked this one Tyler Perry movie.
When is he to? 27th of August.
January.
27th of January, sorry.
It looks like he was at a Chicago Bulls game. And then here he is the day. I don't know.
All right, let's see.
Then he has
a message Sean and ask.
I mean, that's always an option. That is something that you have in your back pocket. The Miracle on 34th Street fight between Randy Orton and David Otunga. That's another trope of WWE that I really don't like. The fact that every Christmas they have to have this weird Christmas gimmick match.
Yeah, did they do one this year?
I honestly don't know. I didn't watch it. If they did, I didn't see it.
Right, we have consulted the people that would know.
Okay.
Let's see. So far, the tweet's got 5 likes, but no comments.
No comments? Let's see. I'll just keep refreshing your Twitter page and then hope that somebody answers our questions.
Okay, but yeah, David Otunga lasted the longest.
Yes. David Otunga, wait, did he last longer than Slater?
Sorry, no. I mean, if he's still there.
I mean, yeah, if he's there, then yeah, obviously he did. So let's see. Oh, you do have a comment on this now. Apparently he's... All Elite Dad is apparently blocked by David Otunga, so he doesn't have an answer for us. The more you know.
No idea why. I hate this, right? So, okay, so I'll show you. You go onto Twitter.
Yeah.
It says I've got 2 comments.
Yeah, and you only got 1?
And I've only got 1.
I'm so glad that that's happening to other people too. I thought that was just like something wrong with my Twitter.
Apparently.
I genuinely happy that you said that.
It's if like the account's on private, which I don't know why they'd respond. But...
Oh yeah, maybe that's fair. That's fair. I didn't think about that. Oh well, whatever. All right, back to the Nexus. So Tarver was gone pretty early. Then they had that awful spin-off group, the Core, where it was just Barrett, Slater, Gabriel,
Ezekiel
Was
Jackson.
Oh, good God, Ezekiel Jackson. The last ever ECW champion, Ezekiel Jackson.
You are right there.
WWE ECW was a fun project. And fun being
It's
used
NXT
very
2.0.
loosely.
It's NXT 2.0.
You know, yeah, I mean, it basically is, isn't it? You know, just a lot of basically they're developmental.
Yeah, it's like NXT 2.0 to what ECW was. It's like just worse version.
I mean, it was also, I feel like toward the latter stages, ECW just became where they would send like mid-carders that they would use as main eventers on ECW. Like they sent Finley there, they sent Vladimir Kozlov there, William Regal was there for a little bit. You have like Matt Hardy and Christian would get a couple runs out of it. Yeah. And Mark Henry was, all right there for a little bit. But for the most part, it was just a bunch of mid-carders and that zombie guy. And the Boogeyman.
It was really bad. It was really bad. It was really bad. I wouldn't.
It was horrible.
I wouldn't have watched it at the time. I don't.
When I had SmackDown versus Raw 2008, I would always, when I would do GM mode, I would always pick ECW. I don't know why. I was just, I felt like a rebel. And I would always take CM Punk like second overall. Do we have answers?
We have some answers.
Okay.
I was trying to figure this out the other day out of curiosity. I still couldn't find anything saying he left. So, no.
So that gives us nothing.
We still don't know. Someone tag Sean.
Well, technically, wasn't Wade Barrett a commentator on NXT? So he came back.
Yeah, he came back there.
Yeah. He left for a while. He was with NWA, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure as Stu Bennett.
Yeah, he went to NWA,
right?
Movies, and now he's obviously back. Back 2020, I think so.
Yeah, good for Wade Barrett. I always liked him. Should have been the first Brit to ever win the WWE Championship. Unfortunately, that did not go as planned, at least in our minds. I
meant to mute myself there. I forgot.
That's okay. I love hearing you blow your nose. It's always nice.
I'm rotten ill for some reason.
All right. So enough of our nostalgic. We do have the Revolution card is filling up pretty quickly. We get MJF and Punk in a dog collar match. Do you think that MJF wins again? Because I think if he beats Punk, automatically that just skyrockets him right into a world title picture, especially if Hangman retains against Adam Cole, which I don't necessarily think he's going to.
I don't know. I think we could see Wardlow turn on MJF. I
think that we could have our cake and eat it too, almost. Here's what I want to see happen.
Go on.
I want, similar to how they did it in Chicago, where MJF asked for the Dynamite Diamond ring, but Wardlow says no this time. So MJF gets out of the ring, maybe slaps him in the face, makes him give him the ring. And then, he hides it, gets back in the ring, but Punk comes to, gets a cheap win over him. And then MJF starts flipping shit on Wardlow. And then Wardlow can just eat him alive, powerbomb him 3 times or whatever, face turn complete. And then after that, if you just want to go into a brief... What would you do with Wardlow after that, by the way? Would we do MJF versus Wardlow or just send Wardlow on his way?
I don't know.
I don't either.
That's why I quite like AEW. So much is like in flux that it could go anyway.
Yeah.
Which I like. But I really don't know. I'm
Does it bother you that anytime I see people try to dunk on you, they just say that you don't like AEW and you're just the WWE guy.
No, I kind of play into it at this point. Like, hold on.
Do we have David Otunga answers?
No, no. I'm doing a bit.
What? What? This is, by the way, this is an older picture of you that you're using on StreamYard.
This is because I had a beard then that I don't have now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you have a beard anymore? I like it. Ah, there. Okay, I see what you're doing now. Very good.
There we go.
Where did you get
that? Whenever we go to WWE like press events in the UK, they give us.
They just hand them out.
I've got about 4 of them. So when I go to a show with you, I'll give you one.
Okay. I'll hold you to that. I'm actually aiming to get a cred because AEW is coming to Pittsburgh April 20th. And Jeremy messaged me asking if I was going to go because I think he's going. And he said something about getting a press cred. And I think, since I'm on the AEW media list, I think I could get one.
I think you should be able to. They're quite good with that.
Yeah. And I live like 10 minutes from where they're going to be doing it. So I definitely could. So that might be something that we do. And I think I'm meeting up with Jeremy that night, so that'll be fun. I've got to man, look, I wish you lived in the States. That would make this a lot easier in terms of hanging out at a wrestling show.
It would be good. It would be very good. But yeah, I mean, I don't. So, although you think I do half the time when you message
that
me.
the one time.
To be fair, I did it today.
You did.
Where I was like, "Oh, we're doing this at 11," and you were like, "Is that 6?"
Yeah, I was gonna say that's my time. The rest of the card: Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker. This is where Britt's title reign ends. I feel like that's pretty definitive.
Yeah. I was thinking, could it go another way with if Athena's coming in or people like that? But I do think it's Thunder Rosa's time, 100%. She wins. Although she won the last match, with wrestling logic.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of worried about. So I'm hoping that they just go full in with her because as great as Britt's reign has been, I feel like her last few defenses have been kind of underwhelming. And I think that it's just eventually I hope it leads to something where we go Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, because that would be awesome. Eventually Jade Cargill gets to that level where she competes for the AEW for the women's title rather than TBS title. And then hopefully somebody like a Jamie Hayter, somebody like a Ty Conti can take the TBS title off her. We can get matches with Ruby Soho and Thunder Rosa or Ruby and credit to AEW for, their women's division was definitely their weakest. And it's definitely still not perfect, but they've come a long way since 2019.
Yeah, and I think we'll get Toni Storm and Athena in at some point.
Which would be good because Toni Storm.
Which would really flesh it out, and even some others.
Do you think Mia Yim shows up? Maybe Ember Moon?
Ember Moon, yes. Toni Storm, yes. But do we think Mia Yim? I can see her going to Impact.
I mean, she would crush it there too. I mean, she'd crush it wherever she goes, honestly. She's great, but as long as if she does show up there, I hope that AEW doesn't take a page out of WWE's book and give us Adam Cole and Britt against Keith Lee. And although now that I'm saying that out loud, that could be rather okay.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't really mind it.
As long as we don't give them weird ass nicknames like Grit Couple and It Couple. We've talked about this already.
Stupid nickname.
I'm actually gonna. What else? Do you think we're gonna get Mox and Danielson at Revolution, and then maybe
and it's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. Do you think that we get the Super Stable? I want the Super Stable.
Yeah.
Do you think that we get it?
2-man power trip with little side bitches.
With little side bitches. I'm clipping that and I'm gonna tweet it out. That was funny. That was great. So what I mean, is it just gonna be, one of those, because they don't necessarily call their matches like, oh, it's gonna be a no disqualification match. It's always gonna be like a barbed wire death match, or what do you think the stip will be for that? Or do you think it's just gonna be a straight up singles? I feel there's gotta be a stip for it.
Give me a second. My mum has messaged me for some random reason.
Your mother has messaged you.
Did you put the dog to bed? Yes.
Yes. Yes, Mama Dangoor, the dog is in bed. That's funny. I don't think my mom's ever messaged me or like called me during a show before.
It's because she's like, "Why are you doing a show at 11 p.m.?" She still doesn't get it.
Okay, that makes sense. Surprisingly enough, I haven't had, the only time I've had a roommate come in during the show actually happened like a couple weeks ago. I want to say it was with Jeremy. I could be lying about that though. I can't quite remember what it was, but yeah, for living with two other people, it doesn't really happen, which is nice.
Yeah, I've had my dad walk in once, so I had to put a sign on the door saying like, "Interview in progress, don't come in."
Was it during like one of your sit downs with somebody? Was it when you were like interviewing FTR?
I'm trying to remember. No, I'm trying to remember who it was with. I think it may have been No Way Jose.
Okay. He just barges in on No Way Jose.
I'm trying to remember. I can't put my finger on it. I think it was No Way Jose. And he just like popped up, and you could see his like head there. He like came in, and then he was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh shit!
So then I had to have like a sign on the. This was like during lockdown as well, so everyone was home.
Right.
And I'd have to like normally like I shout down before I do a show. Like if it's like at a time that not everyone's asleep, I'm like, right, doing a show, no one come in. One time, right, I was interviewing Big Cass, and he was like one of the first ones he did after he like came back to the Indies, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
My dad decided to turn the Wi-Fi off midway through the interview. Reset the box.
I assume Cass was cool about it.
He really was. So I had to email him. I had to text him like, "Dude, I'm so sorry. My Wi-Fi dropped out. Like, can we do it again?" He was like, "Yeah, cool." So I got the first half of the recording, which was really good. So we just had to do the second half, which was fine. But yeah, I was like, "Thanks, Dad. Don't do that one again."
I don't think I've ever had anything catastrophic happen during interviews. I'm trying to think if anything bad ever had. Oh, okay. So there's this former NFL player that we have on a few times, and he's super cool. He's super great to us. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't want him to get offended if for some reason he sees us. Okay. But every time that he does it, he is never inside. He's either like in his like van or at like a cigar bar with the fattest cigar you've ever seen in your life, where the Wi-Fi isn't great and the audio isn't great. But like, I'm not going to tell him like, "Hey man, go somewhere else," because like he doesn't have to be here. So that's the only issues I've ever had like with interviews and everything. I will say, hold on. Now I'm not going to spoil this for you. Do you plan on watching Quizlemania? Because we do have a new Quizlemania champion, and it is a mutual friend of ours.
Which one? Tell me. Is it SP3?
It is SP3.
Oh, that's good. I like
that. Is good. I think that's the first time he's ever won it. He's been on there a few times.
I need to watch it.
I will have to watch. I'm trying to see who's all there. I see Sullivan Bo Brown. I see Sean. Oh, you want to know what Sullivan Bo Brown did for me? Bless his heart. So, oh wait, are you doing something?
No, go on.
Oh, okay. So my sister and I watch No Rolls Barred a lot, and my sister is obsessed with Sully, and
Sully is the coolest guy.
He's just a big old teddy bear. He's great. And so I messaged him. I was like, hey man, my sister loves you. And she legitimately asked if I could get you. This is when I still had my blue tick. she was like, can you use your fame to have Sully like say something to me, like message me? I was like, I'll see what I can do. So I messaged him, and he sent me like a video back telling my sister Merry Christmas, and like just a whole like 2-minute long bit. Oh yeah, it was great. Made her day. So shout out to Sullivan Bo Brown for being the sweetest human being alive. It was great. So yeah, go SP3. Way to win Quizlemania, my friend.
I need to message SP3 and tell him well done, because I know that man loves a bit of Quizlemania. I need to get back on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's how I first became like aware of you, if that makes sense.
Probably. I mean, everyone did at that time through Wrestle Talk, because that was like the go-to thing.
Yeah.
I missed doing that show. That was a good show. That was a really good show. I mean, the Wrestle boys were great.
Yeah, that's like how do I describe this? So like when I first started, like I've always been a wrestling fan, but like I never really tweeted much about it. I don't remember when I started. Like, it was definitely around the time when we did the fantasy draft show last year, where I started like actually talking about wrestling. And, like ever since then, like I've just like I started watching like Quizlemania's one. I was like, if I could ever get on Quizlemania, I'll know I've made it in terms of talking about wrestling. So that's definitely an eventual goal of mine, would be to get on.
You talk to Tempest, don't you?
We've had a few interactions on Twitter, but like I don't speak to him like privately. I'm trying to think of who else. I don't think I've ever talked to like Ollie personally. Haven't talked to Adam. So I think the one that I've probably had the most communication with was obviously you when you were still there, and then probably Tempest through like Twitter stuff. But yeah, I admire from afar with those guys. But yeah, they're great at what they do.
Yeah, to be fair, like wrestling community, like it's a nice little mix. You'd probably have a better chance if you had a blue tick, I'll be honest. But
see, I think Twitter just knows my ambitions.
Tell me.
So, like what happened with it?
No. What's the worst thing you've used your blue tick for? Like fame wise. You used it though. You must have used it to try.
Oh my god, yes. Oh, absolutely. We talked about this. So it's a shame now because technically I'm lying, but like on every dating profile I have, like for like one of the prompts, it'd be like believe it or not ... And I always put verified on Twitter, and that would usually, at least out of curiosity, it would say, why are you verified on Twitter? And then I would start a conversation, and then away it went. But I was gonna say that's mainly what I've used it for. I wasn't obnoxiously annoying about it. I never brought it up when were you?
Yeah. I just like walk through a bar like this.
I'm scared.
Blue tick. I recently went to dark mode, and I don't like it, so I'm going.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never liked dark mode. I've always had light mode on. It just looks so much better. Do you have access to the Give Me Sport Twitter? Is that what I'm seeing in there?
Yeah.
Look at you go, climbing the ranks.
And the Give Me Sport WWE. People also get worked up by that as well.
What? The Give Me Sport WWE page?
Why is it Give Me Sport WWE?
It was probably made like however long ago before AEW was even.
It was made before no one even knew who Tony Khan was.
Yes, that's the same with the What Culture guys. Their thing is What Culture WWE, because that's just before.
Exactly. It's like if you spoke to someone that wasn't a wrestling fan, they're more likely to like go, "Oh yeah, you watch WWE," than you.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh well. I'm trying to think of if I've talked to any of those chaps, because I think I've communicated with like a few of them again, like through like Twitter and everything. But no, mostly it's been like you. It's been a lot of Jeremy, Sean every once in a while. I was watching. It was the the night before the Rumble, actually, or like the week of the Rumble. I was just watching. I think they were doing. No, it would have been the AEW post show that they do on Fightful, and I just had it on as like background noise. And Sean said my name. I was like, "What the? Why is Sean name dropping me right now in the post show?" And I guess he was doing like the rundown of all like the Royal Rumble post shows that we were doing, and I was doing the post show with Jeremy. But yeah, that made me do
I saw your
take.
Brock Lesnar outfit. It was.
Do you like that?
Good. It was very good. I like the outfit. I was in St. Louis with Sean.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, "Have you seen this?" He was like, "I don't even know what happens anymore." But yeah, it was very good. I was impressed.
Yeah, I think I don't know if this is like public or private, but I'll say it anyway. Jeremy messaged me, and I guess that he wanted me to do something to fill out for Fightful the magazine. So I guess we're doing something with that, which is neat because that's fun to do. Yeah. Yeah, the last year has been just me slowly incorporating myself more into wrestling Twitter, which is, like I said, it's fun. It's my little
wrestling Twitter can be fun, but it also cannot be.
Well, here's the thing: like soccer or football is your escape, right? Like wrestling is like your job, but like soccer is like your what's the word I'm looking for? I guess escape is a good analogy for it. You're just a big soccer head, right?
It's like to be fair, like it's not even my escape. It's like it's what I like more. I like it more than wrestling.
Easily. Really?
Oh, easily. Like if I often get asked like, if you had to give one up, what would it be? And I'd easily give up football. Easily give up wrestling.
You know what? My answer would obviously be like I would absolutely keep football. I love it. That's always been like what I've wanted to do. But yeah, it would be a hard one. Like I wouldn't just be like, I don't think it would be instant where I'd be like, yep, wrestling, bye. Because I don't know. It's just too big a part of my life. I've thought about, I kind of want to start contributing for some wrestling sites. I feel like that would be a fun little hobby.
I'm trying to think. What sites? Who do I want to work with that I haven't worked with?
Who all have you worked with? Has it just been Wrestle Talk and Gimme Sport?
No, like, I mean in terms of like doing shows with people and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
What a fucking awful haircut. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Can
I love your haircut, Louis. Yes, you can swear.
It's too short. It's far too short. Look at that. That is way too short.
Do you have naturally curly hair?
Yeah.
I would just, you could do.
The guy said to me, I don't dry it. I don't straighten it. So the barber said to me, he was like, "Do you want a side parting?" I'm like, no. He then goes like that, and he's like, "Your hairline's going back, so you can't have a side parting." I'm like, dude, chill out.
Here, I will say, I am hiding something under mine. I started doing this to mine, where I would go like,
you proper Brock Lesnar.
1999 Chris Jericho, except his was more on top, wasn't it? Yeah.
I don't hate it. I quite like it.
So I actually started cutting my own hair just because it saves me the $20 or $30 I spend wherever I go to get a cut. So I'll just take the electric razor, put it on 0, and do like the sides and back, and just let the top go nuts. And then I started putting it up again. But yeah, I've had a midlife crisis with my hair over the past year.
I don't mind it. I wanted a top knot for a while, or like a man knot, whatever you call it. But then like
I like top knot. That's a good name for it. That's good.
What we all say. But like that, like I've got a fucking fat boy. So I don't think it'll work.
I think for you, what you've got maybe a little bit longer. I mean, like I'm definitely like as short as you can get on the sides, just for me personally. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, I also I permed my hair last year. This is before I knew you. I permed it like the day after my.
I need a picture of this.
Oh, I'll pull up, dude. It looked good. It looked fantastic. Okay. But the day after my girlfriend and I broke up, I permed my hair, and then once it got long and started getting all a pain in the ass to control, I shaved it all off, and then. Right. You met me when I was in that middle stage of growing it back out because it just looked fucking terrible. And I was trying to make it look good, but it did not. And then I I let it grow and then started putting it up occasionally, and eventually I'll put it to the side. Let me find perm. There's perm, Jarrett. Hey, can you see that?
I don't mind that at all. Quite like
Yeah,
I like the
right.
beard as well. You got good beard game.
Yeah, well, I get very picky about my beard too. Like right there, that's as good as it's ever been because I just let it go like a Viking. I suck at trimming my own beard. And like this side will grow in like one way and like this side will grow in a different way. Like you can already tell like it's thicker up here than it is. So I'm very picky about it. But yeah, no, the perm look was definitely, it was a look. I liked it. So we'll see if I decide to do that again. Maybe a bleached perm. We'll go for that. We'll see how that treats me.
You and I will do it together. We'll do it in Vegas. We'll do it in Dallas.
We'll do it in Dallas for the weekend. I can be talking.
Bleach perm.
Do you have any tattoos?
No, but I want one.
Let me take you to get your first tattoo in Dallas. That would be awesome.
I might get 100% pure British meat written on my dick.
If you get a dick tattoo as your first tattoo,
I'm not getting a dick.
Don't do that. Yeah, I mean, first of all, just don't. Although,
what has this show become?
I told you before we started, we're not going to have like a little. We can just veer off.
I'm supposed to be in bed in 2 minutes.
And they're talking about a dick tattoo that you're going to get.
Exactly.
That's what happens when you talk to me. We talk about wrestling and then dick tattoos. Genuinely, what would you get? Do you have any ideas?
No. Which is why I won't get one now. But I know it'd be not there because I think that's not good. Not
you're going to say girly. Yeah.
But a little bit. There maybe classic like there. or like here.
I've got one there. Here, hold on. I'll show you mine there. This is the one that I got on a whim. I was just having a bad day one day, and I went and got it. So it's just it's a hand holding a dagger.
I like that tattoo.
Yeah,
I like that tattoo.
And then I've got just the little half sleeve thing. I'm trying to show this the best way I can. Yeah.
I like the sleeve. I like the half sleeve.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's very nice. I try to get at least like one a year. I feel like that's a good little. Yeah, gives you something to look forward to, but also you don't spend crazy.
We'll have to again get one in Dallas.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% down. I've been thinking about getting one like behind my ear here, just to really complete my whole TikTok e-boy look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or eventually, I'm a big Batman comic fan. I wanted to get Red Hood somewhere on me. I just don't know where.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. You just got to think about shit you like, Louis, and then how to phase that into having somebody draw it on you. It's a simple process.
I am looking up a tattoo design because I saw one that I liked.
Okay.
And I will show you.
What is it?
Hold up.
I hope it's something totally obscure, like Buzz Lightyear or something like that. That would make me giggle.
Okay.
Are you sending this to me on Twitter? Or are you showing me on your phone?
I'll show you my phone.
Okay. I was gonna say for the people who are watching this, they're probably curious.
Hold up.
Okay.
Got it. So I was thinking about getting this.
Oh, the nice compass. Yes, it's always a good reach.
Pretty much everyone I spoke to said no.
I think it's because
this is from one of my friends. Hold up.
Let me get it focused here. Okay,
I think it's a bit tacky. If I'm
honest. How big is it going to be? But I don't like tattoos. Can you? Okay, I promise it's just a brief sidetrack.
Then this.
Let me read
but
this.
You
real
do
quick.
you, boo.
I think it's just because like, so stereotypically men have like, if there's a guy with like a decent amount of tattoos, like the joke is that he has at least one of the four, and that's lion, rose, compass, and like an eye of some sort. I think that's why they would say it's tacky. I mean, the design itself looks good, but I think that's why they would say it's tacky, just because it's common, more or less.
Exactly.
That would be my guess. So I've heard the artist Youngblood, when he says tattoos, he doesn't say the middle T's, he says tattoos. Is that a certain part of England or a certain part of the UK that does that, or?
I think it's just different people. Tattoos. I'm about to sneeze. Hold up.
Bless you.
Ooh. I am ill. I am very ill. This show is a mess.
I'm glad that it turned out to be what it is, because we talked enough wrestling and that we just kind of talked about ourselves, which is, all a show needs to be.
Exactly. Talk wrestling, talk dick tattoos, and you're good.
Exactly. Wrestling, that's what our tag team name should be, Wrestling and Dick Tattoos.
Exactly. Let's do it.
So Ben,
hold on.
That's fine. Another sneeze. Bless you in advance. Oh, he muted himself. I was going to say, I thought Louis developed the power of the Force.
You have made me more ill by being on the show with you.
That's what friends are for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm about to take some drugs.
Oh, that's good. Wrestling, dick tattoos, and Louis Dangoor dropping acid.
They're legal drugs. I don't know what you call them.
I'd hope so. I'd hope that they're legal drugs. You want to hear a funny story about another one of my tattoos? So the first one that I got was a small Bible verse on my chest, but now I don't know if I believe in God, so I feel like I should get that covered.
Do you? Interesting question. So you don't know if I'm the same.
So there's a word for that apparently. Agnostic. Yeah. I think that's what I am. Like, I'm content just not knowing.
I'm like the same. I'm like, I don't know. And I don't think I'll ever be able to 100% know.
Yeah, and I think that that's fine. Also, I just think that when it comes to religion, I don't like organized religion. If you are religious and spiritual, I'm not against that whatsoever. I think I'm just against the religious organization as a whole, just because I feel like it's just a giant scam. And at its root, it just feels like a little bit culty to me, especially I don't know. I come from a pretty religious family, so my aunt, uncles, and cousins, they're pretty down with Jesus. So it's
you got some stories.
Yeah, it's everything has to be related back to God, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, God damn, I can eat a casserole without it coming back to Jesus,
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that I should get it turned into a sword or something, or just have it completely covered by something else.
Cover-ups are always interesting. I think you got to get the right one that kind of works well.
Yeah, I've never had a cover-up before, so that would be new to me. But I've never done it before. What do you think about accessories, Louis? Are you a big accessory guy, like bracelets or something?
I want a necklace.
Okay, I do too. I've got a chain.
Hold on. You got rings as well.
You do have rings. Okay. See, I wear these two. I got this one from H&M, and then I think my mom got this from TJ Maxx for me. We're gonna say TJ Maxx.
I didn't know you guys had TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx are a thing over there?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know that you had TJ Maxx.
So we have rings.
Okay.
We have rings.
Does it bother you when people wear rings on their right ring finger?
No. And I would, if it fit there. It's too big.
Okay, so
one I don't get is the thumb.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to wear this one on my thumb.
So did I. Until I realized, again, I don't want to sound a bit like, hey, boy, girly. It's big girly.
Anthony Bourdain used to wear a thumb ring, I think. I could be. Yeah.
I know this one a little bit.
Yeah. Wear rings all the time.
Exactly.
I want to take you shopping in Dallas. That would be fun.
We're doing a lot in Dallas.
You're getting a tattoo on your penis. Getting you some clothes. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't have Hinge, so I won't be using Hinge in Dallas anymore since they banned me. That's gonna be that'd be good content for the next thing I do for Fightful Overbooked. Me and Jeremy talking about my dating life.
That channel is mental. That
channel is quite mental. There's so much shit on it. I do. Joel, as much shit as Joel and I give each other, like friendly shit, it is very good and it's funny. So yeah, we're gonna have to plan this out. A fun little week in Dallas. When is that? That's like the first week of April, isn't it?
Yeah, like first, like end of March, beginning of April.
Jesus, if I get my tax money back by then, that would be awesome. Are tax returns a thing in Britain?
So if you're self-employed, yes. Which
if you're self-employed, so, yeah, obviously. Okay.
But yeah,
I feel like the English government system is so much better than here in America.
No.
No?
No. We're not getting into political debate.
No, that's fine. I was just genuinely curious. I don't know.
No. Both are fucked.
We'll turn this into a political show that we do bi-weekly. It'll be fun. He said sarcastically.
Let's hope.
I don't think there's any wrestling big topics that we missed. We touched on Cody. We touched on Revolution. We touched on Mania a little bit. And then dick tattoos and haircuts, tattoos, our accents. All right, do a proper New York accent for me.
I need some coffee.
I need some coffee. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I mean, if I close my eyes, I feel like I'm in Queens. Yeah.
Coffee.
Here's what we need to do.
Get on the subway and get a coffee.
Get on the subway. if you add like a little bit of gumph to it and make yourself sound like a chain smoker, like
I have a very sore throat, so I'm not going to be doing that.
Yeah, no, don't be doing that with a sore throat. But like, if you do it like this, you get a.
I need a coffee. No, I'm not doing that. That wasn't bad.
I need to take the subway and get a coffee.
That's what New Yorkers sound like.
That's quite good. That is quite good.
Wait till you see what me and John Alba do tomorrow.
What's that? That scares me.
Okay, so have you watched Big Mouth?
Yes.
Yeah. So like low key, I do impressions, pretty decent ones. And Big Mouth is one of my favorite shows because, I mean, one, it's funny, but the characters are so easy to do impressions of. And John said that he likes Big Mouth, so I said, I'm just going to break him out tomorrow for the hell of it. Do you want a sneak preview?
Go on then, hit me.
Okay, you know the really fucked up hormone monster, the really old one?
Yep.
Okay, so he does this thing. It is a very easy voice to do.
Hey, all you gotta do is talk like this, baby. Just make your voice really funny.
That's very good.
Yeah, see.
It's like throaty.
It's incredibly throaty. So there's a scene where he's trying to teach Nick how to jerk off right. and he tells him to pull his hands apart real quick like he's opening up a telescope. And it sounds like, pull your hands apart real quick like you're opening up a telescope. And I used to say that violently.
From the bits I've seen of Big Mouth, it's good. It's very good. Before I shoot off.
Yes.
We need to get to the bottom of this David Otunga debate.
Yes, let's come full circle with this.
So we have an answer.
Okay.
I'm sure that he switched to a more of an ambassador role, even though the company have yet to confirm it. He occasionally showed up for kickoff events, but doesn't now. He mainly appears on Court TV and has his own workout stuff. If he's still with WWE, then maybe he works in legal. I mean, I don't think he'll work it because he hasn't been a lawyer for ages. But
yeah, he did go to law school, didn't he?
Sean tweeted something, but it wasn't that interesting. I thought it was going to be more interesting. He did go. He went to Harvard.
Yeah, I was going to say he's proper educated.
Okay, I just got your Mac is about to go to sleep. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, get out of here, Louis. I know I kept you up a little bit later than expecting.
Chargers on.
Oh,
I can
lovely.
stay for a minute. I can
Okay.
sign off. But yeah, thank you very much for having me on.
Oh yeah.
Absolute pleasure.
Thanks for being on. I've been very public about trying to grow a YouTube thing, and I figured, hey, I've got friends that have a lot of followers, so I might as well use them to my advantage and talk to them.
Exactly. Use us. But dude, thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
No, I'm glad.
I've got to get you on the Gimme Sport channel at some point as well.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm glad that you and I started doing more stuff together. We're what's the word I'm looking for? We're both around. We're both ripe in this, in our respected sports and whatnot. So it's good to stick together and have fun doing it. So no, I appreciate you. I'm glad that we're doing this more. I want to do all of this in Dallas. I really do. So we definitely need to.
You sign me up.
I'm 100% down. You know what? Well, okay, I promise this is the last thing. I can just talk in a British accent the entire time. You can just pretend that you brought me over from across the pond.
If you do, I'll be very impressed.
All right. I can keep that. I can keep that up. I'll just walk around and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Essex. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, isn't it?"
It's a very good accent.
I'm just gonna keep doing that.
I'm very impressed.
I credit.
I'm not even kidding you.
I credit Love Island UK for it.
What's your favorite series? All right, I need to go. But what is your favorite series in Love Island UK?
I mean, I'm gonna sound basic, but season 1 stole me. Like that's what got me hooked into it. First of all,
yeah,
I loved the. I can't remember the narrator's name.
Ian Sterling.
Ian Sterling, yes. But anytime
British icon.
Anytime they would have like some sort of confrontation and Jonathan would come in, he'd just go, "Bring in the Jonathan!" It always made me laugh so hard.
That is a very good. You're very good at impressions.
I try. I told you it's low key, but yeah, I do a decent amount. So no, I love Jonathan. I loved Hulk. I still follow the majority of them on Instagram. The big Jordan Hulk guy.
Yeah.
What was the younger one who had great hair? I think his name started with a J too. Josh, yes, Joshua Ritchie. Yes, no.
Yes.
So
he became like a UK internet.
Yeah,
like TV.
Now he's in like the top 1% of OnlyFans. Apparently, that's what I see on his Instagram. It's just his covered up Instagram photos of him hiding his dick.
Yeah,
good for him though.
Yeah. Good for him.
I will say this very publicly. If not for the industry that I want to keep growing in, I would 1,000,000% have an OnlyFans. 1,000,000%. I am shameless when it comes to that.
I don't know how I feel. I couldn't do it, and it's not to say I disagree with it because I don't. I just couldn't do it personally. I just no.
I feel like I'm comfortable enough where I could just.
No, I'm too comfortable. My dick is too big. It's gonna upset people. So I can't do
it. And with that, we'll leave on Louis' massive dong. All right, buddy. I'll let you get to bed. It is midnight UK time, if I'm correct, right?
I need to go and take some. It is. I need to go and take some more medicine drugs.
Yeah, do that. Are you having anything drop on Give Me Sport here in the next couple of days?
Not that I know of, but if it changes, follow me on Twitter and I'll let you know.
All right, I've got your tweet notifications on just in case something big goes down.
Lovely. Yeah. Unlucky for you. I tweet a lot.
I tweet a lot too. So if anybody has mine on for some reason, bless your heart. All right, buddy. Yeah, like I said, we'll do this again.
I have 3 people.
Do you? Oh, let me.
Wrestle votes.
Wrestle votes. Sean.
No.
One of them isn't Sean.
Sean tweets too much.
He does tweet a lot. I was giving him.
And it's not just like he tweets.
Yeah, no, he does. Yeah.
I just don't want. I don't want that many notifications. I do wrestle votes because whenever they tweet, it's news.
Yeah. I was rooting hard for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl just because I knew it would make Sean happy.
Yes.
And obviously they didn't. But all right, buddy. Go take your medicine. Go get some sleep. And yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this again soon, and then we'll plan Dallas because that's just a week of content waiting to happen. That'll be fun.
Let's do it.
All right, buddy. Let's
do
it. All right. Thanks everybody for watching too. By the way, me and Louis kind of tailed off here, but we appreciate it. So yeah.
We do.